Rebecaa, welcome back to Thailand, welcome back to me, True Blue Thai. Hope you're doing well. It's one put in Thailand today, but it feels like a weekend. It feels like a Saturday or a Sunday, for instance, because it's a holiday. And so everybody's very quiet. The place is very quiet for the first time, for a long time. I think the guys, the Thais have all gone off to Buddha, because it's a Buddha celebration, and they're going to come back and have a bit of a party when they come back. My ball and chain, she's gone off to work this morning, so for instance, so I'm not going to see her until late, so which is good. It's terrible, that, isn't it? But yeah, I can crack on with things. You know, I've got calipers in my hand because of my hoeing yesterday, so. I like to hoe. I'm a hoer, you know. And if you come into Thailand, it's not exactly what you're thinking. No, for instance, we have I got a bit of a garden outside here, and for instance, the kind of Thais kind of like, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow, mañana, and they never get it done. So, for instance, yesterday I grabbed a hoe and I'm hoeing, and yeah, for instance, I've made a massive difference yesterday. So. Really proud of myself, for instance, but my hands are, next morning I've got calipers, even though I'm wearing gloves, etc. Sweating like anything, they're like dripping with water, you know, when I come out. But anyway, so that's it. Anyway, guys, I hope you're doing well. So, for instance, it feels really weird. I'm not really a holiday kind of person, you know, when I do these days off, you know, because it really messes the week up. Because the Thais are going to be off Monday, the next 2 days. It's Wednesday and Thursday. One put and one Parahasabodi. Then they're going to have that Friday. Now, Friday will be back at work, but a lot of them will take Friday off as a holiday as well. So they probably won't be back until 1 Jan, Monday. So, for instance, and it kind of like puts everything a little bit up and down, as it were. Yesterday, for instance, I had to go out and get my lao khao, my beer, for instance, and my Thai whiskey, for instance, because the next 2 days you won't be able to buy because alcohol, because of it's a Buddhist holiday. You can buy it in bars in certain places, etc. They're kind of like that, but a lot of times no. So it's a bit weird. Anyway, but never mind. So, but you're also encouraged not to drink over the next 2 days as well. You know, part of the Buddhist thing. So, which is no problem. You know, again, for instance, there's one religion, you know, you don't mind following, etc. Is the Buddhist religion. Very calm, very lovely people, for instance. And you know, a lot of people like myself wear amulets, etc. For instance, and it's you know, it's not in your face, as it were, but like certain religions. But yeah, it's a lovely. You want to be. You know, you notice I do this a lot. It's called a Y, by the way. If you don't know what it is, it's a Y. It's a greeting, and so you hold your hand. Yeah, it's one thing you learn, and So I remember one day, for instance, I was waffling on a bit. I was going across the road, and a girl stopped. I didn't notice a BMW stopped, and I did this. You know, why? You know, anyway, the girl was, oh wow, you know, and she was so impressed by the fact I wowed her, you know, and she was, could you come, it was a brand new BMW, it's like, come on, I'll take you home. I'm like, no, I'm alright. I'm like, because I was going across the road to get some meat, and so I thought, no, I'm alright. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Beautiful girl. No, anyway, so I got in a relationship regardless. So, but forget it. Anyway, guys, let's move on. So it's one put big game today, for instance, for the ladies. So it's the Netherlands against England today. So it's a must-win game for England because as for instance, the fact is England lost the first game against France. Now they're playing against the Netherlands. Viv, and what's it called? For instance, all scored the goal to make it to win the game against Wales. They won 3-0 against Wales in the ladies Euros. If you know what I'm talking about, but for instance, the Viv scored the goal, and so for instance, she was. To make it 3-0, so for instance then England lost, so it's a must-win game, and the way Netherlands are playing at the moment, I fancy the Netherlands over the Brits, but you never know. We still got Lauren, and we still got for instance what's it called, we still got Lauren, and we still got Alex, and Cara Keating and Jess Park. So for instance, I'll be against Vivian and Kirstine Kapasca-Barry. So it's at 5 o'clock today UK time. I'll be watching it. I finally found the Euros where I can watch it, so I'll be watching it. So it'll be a great game to watch. So I'll be really looking forward to it. Netherlands against England. Should be a really good game. So also, for instance, the ladies are back in training. So it showed them on the Etihad, nice sunny day on the Etihad pitch the Jules Stadium or in the Etihad or the Etihad campus. And saw them there, so we're back declaring. I don't know how many people are back, but they started coming back, which is weird really, because a lot of Man City players are actually on holiday at the moment until the end of July, etc. A lot of Premier League sides now are returning back or the footballers are returning back after their winter break, summer break, etc. So they're jetting off to here, there, and everywhere else. Where City and, for instance, who basically just come back, just gone off our holiday, and you saw the likes of Erling Haaland diving off a lovely yacht and on a jet ski with his lovely lady by his side, etc. So for instance, he looks like he's enjoying himself. I'm not quite sure where he was, but he looks okay. But so it's really strange. But it's so the ladies are back in training. Also, you had Denmark lost against Germany yesterday with Rebecaa playing 2-1 with Rebecaa Ganat, etc. playing the game. I think she played full 90 minutes. Or was it 86 minutes she played? And played very well, I believe. She got a late yellow card, so she was playing well, and it does mean that Denmark have lost 2 games. They lost against Sverige and goes against Deutschland. So, for instance, if you know anything about and they're very, very competitive games against these, 2 worst games you can get really for Denmark. And for instance, as I used to live in Scandinavia for a long time, and but it is good news to a point, because the new women's coach, for instance, for Man City, what's it called, Andre, I can't pronounce his last name at the moment. He's now free to join Manchester City, so he'll be joining up with the ladies to the Chelsea Stadium and back at Carrington, Etihad, and so for instance, so that's one good thing, I suppose, really, when you get knocked out. God, smile, I look at Chelsea at the moment. They beat Fluminense 2-0 in the Club World Cup. So, for instance, they're still enjoying themselves out in. You got to the final of the Club World Cup, getting a bit more money, but they're going to have to pay that money back, etc. So they're going to get it. They're going to get like a load of money from FIFA, and then they're going to give it back to UEFA. So, which is quite funny, really. Anyway, so that's interesting to see. So they're playing against the winners of Real Madrid against PSG, which is tonight as well. Might just have a quick look at that and see how that goes on. But then they will come back. They'll only have a few weeks away, their players. But they've got this huge squad. There's someone talking about Man City's squad, etc., and their massive squad, and Nico Gonzalez, etc. And then you look at the Chelsea squad, and you got, like, God damn it, how many players they've got. So, but again, you only can get so many players in a Premier League side and registered in a Premier League season. So, as well as the Champions League. So, but see how they go on there. So, so I'm not kind of, good on them. So, blah blah blah. Rebecaa played 81 minutes for Germany's 2-1 victory over Denmark. Didn't score, but she got a yellow card, but she also played well, I believe. Right, so. Moving on to the main football. Sorry, Alice Greenwood. On reaching the 100th cap, congratulations, Alice. I'm really proud when I got my 50th cap, remembering things that there wasn't a chance I would get 50 more. So to me, getting 100, and here we are. And it's not that I couldn't believe. For instance, but I thought, yeah, it was why it took me. I was surprised why it took me so long. Well, congratulations, Alex. I'm sure she'll feature tonight. Of course, she will feature tonight. So, with and your 100th cap, congratulations. Well done to you. Now, let's have a look at the men. See what they've been talking about. Not much going on apart from this constant chatter about Nico Gonzalez. I was watching Talk City this morning. Talk City are the Manchester Evening News. Simon Borowski, for instance, and I got another guy, for instance, talking about Manchester City, for instance, for the Manchester Evening News, and they do this program a couple of once or twice a week. And normally they can talk. Simon is he's more on the ground. He's the one who asks Pep questions. So I kind of like. Listen to him a little bit more because, again, for instance, he probably has a bit more insight. He probably has a bit of opinion. Probably has more of a no. But he does, pick himself a little bit. I wish he would stop doing that. And look after himself. He doesn't look a very healthy man. So if you ever watch him, you'll see him doing this. Exactly, it just kind of drives me mad. Stop it! Leave your face alone. He was chatting. They were chatting about Nico Gonzalez, and I was hoping that they were actually going to shed some light on it, and like for instance, whether there's chances whether they're going to go stay or go. But I found after them talking about it, there was not real conjecture about what was happening. And apart from the fact that he could go, and he was kind of like shrugging his shoulder, yeah, it could go, whatever, blah blah. Even though I find the whole thing just bizarre and terrible and not a good shot light for the Manchester City. Thankfully, the media are so focused on United and Arsenal and blah blah blah, they're not actually talking about it. But I just think it'd be embarrassing for the football club for losing a guy such as Nico Gonzalez. To go but they were quite happy to say, well, if Man City get 50 million, get what we pay for him, they're quite happy to let him go. So, and I'm like, oh right, great. So there could be, But they also said the last thing he said that he expect Nico Gonzalez to be in training at Manchester City on the 28th in July. So, yeah, blah blah blah. So what the hell am I supposed to believe? So yeah. But again, apart from that, it's not really much news. What's it called? Edison's wife is back in England. Everybody's like, "Ooh, why are you back?" And she posted some crazy photo of the motorway sign. So what was that all about? So yeah, some crazy photo of a motorway sign with a crossing a love heart, Ring Road, Manchester, Bolton. I don't know. She's on the M60, so I don't know what that was all about. Everton seem to be kind of like focusing on a lot of our players at the moment. So we've got Kyle Walker. They're looking at Jason McAtee, for instance, for 25 million, as well as I think there's a few others they're looking at. So David Moyes might be pinching another Man City player if rather than him going to the Bundesliga, Jason. The Girona, this what was interesting. Girona has now a City club for Man City were barred from loaning players for Man City, and now it's okay for loaning players again. So now Girona received an okay to resume deal loans from City's football group. Claudio Echeverri has highly likely be another offered, while Victor Rice also seen as more feasible as well. So yeah. So there we go. So there you go. So Girona, we could be loaning a couple of players out. For instance, we don't get to start with the club really. So in one way, I'm not that particularly bothered too much, and we can get them back, etc. But it'd be good. Again, for instance, I'd love a big squad. I want to keep a big squad because you never know, we can always get them back if we need it. There was something which is very interesting yesterday. The MP votes to establish an independent regulator for men's football in England. The MPs have voted back the football government's bill and established an independent regulator to oversee men's gaming in England in the top 5 divisions. They voted 415 to 98 to pass the bill and its third reading of the House and Commons, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm not going to go. Where we go with that. So yeah, it's let me just have a look at quick. So I'm look at that because I just see City. Right. The reason why I'm mentioning this, I could go through the whole thing, but I'm not. But the why I'm talking about this is because I feel that the government, the public government, don't want the regulator, an independent regulator, and I think the football league, the Premier League clubs, and I feel that the reason why Manchester City got done for the 115, okay, or whatever, because the Premier League wanted to feel that they're getting the house in order. We can regulate ourselves, and they've come up with this PSR, they've come up with this APT, now they've come up with this, they come up with this, the PSR on the 115 thing. And I thought that was Natty Dick and the Premier League and the Red Cartel coming back and saying, listen, we don't want any outside interference, and so we want to look after our own selves, right? And if you use Manchester City as a scapegoat, as a way of actually doing it, and that's what I feel. I always felt that was the goal, because it was more to this 115 thing than the first thought. And I thought this Man City was used as a scapegoat because the Premier League didn't want an independent regulator, which now it looks like it's been voted through. And so we'll see how that works out. But but it was very strange when you saw that yesterday, because I thought that, well, this is part of it as well. But I see how that works out and how that actually contributes to the future of the Premier League and how all the other leagues as well. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. So, for instance, and good luck if you're watching England or supporting England or Netherlands tonight. So it wasn't good, but it's going to be it's going to be a hell of a game. I can't wait to it. And let's see what's happening with Nico in the future. But other than that, sorry, cat.